Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. And through this channel, I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this, this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is to try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for little as $9 a month and also get access to an exclusive in-depth strategy video, information and details are available in the description below. In the previous video we did stock updates on ticker symbol MMAT, MMTLP and also ticker symbol FAZE. So please refer back to the previous videos for updates on those stocks. In today's video we're also going to be looking at ticker symbol MMTLP. Again, looking at some FUD, and also we're going to be doing an update on ticker symbol MULN, Mullen Automotive, so stay tuned for those updates. So before we do that, let's have a quick look at what's happening in the market. So the good news was, from the point of view of July, that was the best month since November 2020. So a quick headline here from Reuters with regards to what's happening today. So we did see a little bit of receding in the markets today, and after obviously we saw the best months in 2020. So in terms of the stocks, the S&P was down 0.28%, Dow Jones was down 0.1%, Nasdaq overall was down 0.18%, and from the UK point of view, the FTSE was trading about equal, just down 0.13%. In this video, I'm going to be challenging some FUD previously identified in a video as coming from the Voltron group. So this is a group that I'm sure many of you have been following these social media and posts will know who they are. I'm not actually going to identify these people because what I want to do is obviously hopefully be kind to them. I'm not going to identify them by the real names, but what I will do is be kind to them, identify them as, first of all, Imbecile 1 and Imbecile 2. So let's have a look at what Imbecile 1 has been posting, and then I'm going to explain to you why this is FUD, why it's being challenged, and why this is potentially creating fear. So this is post number 1 here from Imbecile 1, and what Imbecile 1 has been saying is obviously in response to one of the MMTLP bulls. So what he said here is, what I have stated to blank is that the S1 filing is a public sale, meaning a public company. So that's what he's trying to say. I'm going to explain to you why this is creating fear later on. The S1 states they are non-reporting public company. If they want to go private afterwards, after the S1 is affected, they will have to do other types of filings and a whole other process to grow private. So what this imbecile number 1 is doing is basically saying that the transition is not going to be to a private company, it's going to be to a public company. That's what he's trying to get the message across. Public company Meta cannot do a private spin-off without filling out some forms. He's quoting an act there. The S1 filing is opposite of going private. And also, again, he's challenging the bull to say he does not know how to read complete sentences. Again, false information from the imbecile number 1. Let's now have a look at the other post that he's also been sharing. So in this second post, Imbecile 1 has tagged in Imbecile 2. So they are working as a tag team together to try and obviously create this FUD. So what Imbecile 1 has stated to Imbecile 2 is that people are caught up in the squeeze movement. They aren't fully reading or understanding that the S1 is public. So that's the false information they're trying to create. They go private after they do more filings, and they're following the process of becoming private, which will be more than likely need shareholder approval if a private buyout, or even they can do a corporate buyback. So let's now have a look at the final post from this imbecile number 1. And the final post I'm going to share with you, again from Imbecile 1, who's tagged in Imbecile 2. So Imbecile 2 is quite famous in the Meta area as a significant bear. So what he said here to Imbecile number 2 is, you are correct, it is public. Meta is a public company, therefore the spin out with the S1 is also going to be a public company. So this is what he's trying to say. So he's saying if Meta was doing a private spin out, it would be a different filing. Again, he's quoting 1934 Act, and he's saying it's not an S1 filing under the 1933 Act. Sure, the spin out can go private afterwards. Don't waste your time. He's saying his concern is the company is not going to be successful in selling assets or utilizing assets, and he's obviously tired of the squeeze movement. So let's now have a look at the reasons why he's creating this uncertainty and fear, and basically saying to everybody out there, or trying to get that message across, that NextBridge is going to be a public company. So before we challenge the imbecile post with evidence, first of all, I'm going to now explain to you why he's saying what he's saying. So first of all, if NextBridge was to be spun out into an OTC company, then I'm sure many people will know then the shorts will have a great opportunity to drive the share price down. It will be certainly more difficult to sell. The good thing about in terms of what the company are doing, transfer and spinning it out into a private company, is a private company cannot be shorted. It's easier to sell. And obviously that also creates pressure on the shorts to sell. So what the imbecile number one and the tag team member imbecile number two are now saying is this is not going to happen. It's going to be a public company, so obviously encouraging fear with regards to selling. So I'm not saying here there is going to be a squeeze. So obviously there is talk of a squeeze. Nobody knows the future. Nobody can make that prediction. But what I think everybody should do is understand the facts. These facts are, first of all, it is going to be a private company, not a public company, unlike what imbecile number one and imbecile number two are saying. So as a reminder, I'm going to be sharing with you now the incorporation details for NextBridge Hydrocarbons. This has been covered in a previous video, but again, for the purpose and benefit of the imbeciles, imbecile number one and imbecile number two, who will obviously not refer to this because it does destroy their argument. So at the top left hand side, we can see the company number for NextBridge Hydrocarbons Incorporated. But the second identified thing that I want to point out that obviously this does destroy their argument is the company type. So we can see the company type there is a domestic corporation. And at the very bottom, we can see in terms of the articles of incorporation, that's identified as a for-profit company. Right hand side, we can see obviously there was a change of name on the 29th of June 2022, and this is from Oilco Holdings to NextBridge Hydrocarbons. And again, we see confirmation there as a president, George Paldekaras. So obviously this is certainly the correct company. So if you remember what we just saw, we saw that it was a domestic corporation. So let's now have a look at how this fits into being a private company. So on the screen here, you'll see different types of private companies. It's not a sole proprietorship, that's a one-person business. It's not a partnership. It's not a limited liability company. There's two types of corporations. So you remember that was identified as a domestic corporation, S corporation and C corporation. So what this fits in is under a private company category C corporation. So C corporations can have unlimited number of shareholders but are subject to double taxation. So that's the classification. Let's have a look at one more piece of evidence that does destroy the fear created by imbecile 1 and imbecile 2. And what I'd now like to do is give special thanks to John Berder here for sharing information that has not come actually from the Meta management themselves, but credit to John. So let's have a look at what he stated. So what basically imbecile number 1 and imbecile number 2 are now, if in effect, are saying is that John Berder is a clown, John Berder is a liar, and John Berder is giving false information. Because what John Berder has said here on July the 15th, the new management team will be 100% in charge of directions. That means it could stay private. So the word stay private means it is going to be private. So after it could stay private, it could go public down the road. So in case they think that's still a little bit vague, let's have a look at his final tweet right at the bottom. Number 1, NB, NextBridge, will be private, no ticker, no DTC eligibility, but public filings due to the number of holders. So clear, precise and definitive information confirming that NextBridge is going to be private. So hopefully the imbeciles are a little bit more educated and hopefully nobody will be paying attention to their fear. What I would now like to do is proceed to have a look at ticker symbol MULN, Mullen Automotive. There has been some developments today and we have seen a positive reaction in the share price, but let's first of all get up to date with what's happening so far. So first of all, we're going to get an update from the 30th of July 2022, and that is with regard to the National Bank of Canada, and they reported ownership in Mullen, which included shares, calls and puts. So certainly very positive, and again a positive sign here of institutional investment. And the other positive news that came out today, headline August 1st, 2022, from the company investor relations website. Here we can see Mullen opens 100 Technology Drive in Irvine, California for Automotive EV Development Center. So this is a tremendous headline, and what this basically means is this development center has been opened to support Mullen Automotive team, including their engineering, design, development, styling, program management, marketing, finance and much more. So this is located in the heart of Irvine's technology corridor. It's close proximity to the Spectrum Center in the 16,000 square foot facility at Technology Drive, California, and is obviously going to help support Mullen's expanding automotive team. I'm going to share with you a quotation from the CEO, David Mitchery, and what he said here: the facility is a great addition to the logical next step in the evolution of our corporate footprint as we begin to scale our teams and dedicate more resources to support our EV programs. So obviously, with regard to David Mitchery, the CEO, I don't think he has been forthcoming with positive information recently, but this certainly is a good example of a tremendous catalyst for the stock going forward. Let's now have a quick reminder in terms of the company profile and what they are about. If anybody's not aware of this, we can see here for anybody looking to potentially invest in here, Mullen is a South California based ESG company working towards the goal of creating clean and scalable electric vehicles and energy solutions. Founded in 2014. Right now it's still a penny stock. We can see here in the last investor presentation they had their employees 119. I'm sure that will be increasing quite significantly now, and also with headquarters in California. And finally, I'm going to finish up by giving a shout out here to Mehul, who's a bull in MMAT, a bull in MMTLP, and also a bull in MULN. So let's see what he's tweeted today. What he has said is, just to be clear, I haven't sold a single share, but I have increased my position by 18%. HFs, so we're talking about hedge funds, can F***K, so we can speculate what he means there. Themselves, I know what a meme stock is, but what I know is I made enough in AMC and GME last year to wait for more 5 years. So again, positive and bullish sign here from a speculative investor who's made tremendous amount of money in AMC and GME. So hopefully we get the same returns and even more returns in these stocks going forward. What I'd now like to do is give a shout out to the weekly watch list that is shared with the Discord members exclusively in advance of trading on the Monday. So let's have a look at some of the stocks we call. First of all, we identified the monkeypox plays, GovX, SIGA, AEMD, TNXP, EGH and VRX. So these are obviously important stocks going forward because monkeypox is becoming an important play. The ones that we were focusing on last week in particular with ticker symbol SIGA and GOVX. So with regard to VRX, that was up at quite staggering 119% today. We also looked at ticker symbol SIGA today. That was up just approximately 0.5%. Ticker symbol GOVX, that was a great call there. That's up approximately 43% today. So again, congratulations to everybody who made significant profits in there. We also called out RHE, so that was up approximately 7% today, so a great return. FAZE was featured in my yesterday's video, so again, anybody who managed to get in there, congratulations, a good return of 8.5% today in that one as well. Ticker symbol FATH, that was down 3% today. And finally, we also called out GETY, that was up in excess of 19% today. So again, congratulations to everybody who got in there. There were other stocks as well, but again, haven't got time to go through all of them. So if anybody would like to get access to all of the stocks in the weekly watch list in advance of trading, you can join the Discord for little as $9 a month. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.